Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Softline webinar. Thank you so much for always spending your value time to join our webinar. Yes, our webinar topic today is about leveraging Microsoft Power App to transform business process flow. So Power App is one of the modules in Microsoft Power Platform. With Power App, you can quickly build business app process flow with low code, and it also can connect to your data source, both of on-premise and cloud. Today, I have my colleague, Mr. John Otis, as a speaker. He is a customer success executive from Softline Philippines. He will share us more detail about benefit of Power Apps and also a customer references that we have done project with them. But before start our session about Power Apps, I would like to introduce Mr. Panmanisara, Country Sales Manager at Softline Cambodia. He will have a quick introduction about Softline. Okay, thank you. Let me hand over to Sarah.
Thank you, Mr. Elect, and good morning, everyone. នៅថ្ងៃដែលយើង event យើងចាប់ផ្ដើមនៅថ្ងៃនេះហើយមានលក្ខណៈខុសចែកតិចតួចកាលពីប្រហែលថ្ងៃមុនយើងដាក់ date នៅថ្ងៃ 19 តែត្រឡប់មកវិញយើងបានកែមកថ្ងៃ 25 នេះហើយក៏សប្បាយចិត្តដែរដែលបានឃើញបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាបាន join event យើងនៅថ្ងៃនេះហើយជាថ្មីម្ដងទៀតសូមអរគុណទៅកាន់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលបានចំណាយពេលហើយតែងតែចូលរួម webinar របស់ក្រុមហ៊ុន Softline របស់យើងហើយជា topic ថ្ងៃនេះយើង bring topic ថ្មីមួយយើងគួរចាប់អារម្មណ៍ដែរទាក់ទងជាមួយនឹង modern work flow and process ហើយដែលមានការចូលរួមពីខាងខ្ញុំបាទក៏ដូចជា our customer success executive Mr. John គាត់នឹងធ្វើការបង្ហាញ detail បន្ទាប់ពី session របស់ខ្ញុំទៅហើយចាប់ដើមនេះគឺខ្ញុំសូមគ្រាន់តែ summary ឡើងវិញតិចទេអំពីក្រុមហ៊ុន Softline របស់យើងដូចបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្ញុំគិតថាពីច្រើនបានស្គាល់ក្រុមហ៊ុន Softline របស់យើងរួចមកហើយក្រុមហ៊ុន Softline របស់យើងជាក្រុមហ៊ុន international សូមអធិស្ឋានខ្ញុំភ្លេច share screen សូមចាំតិចខ្ញុំសូម share screen មួយសិន Okay. Okay, totally current screen ខ្ញុំតែ
Yes, ឃើញច្រាទេ
Okay.
ឥឡូវទៅ screen របស់ John វិញណាចា
ចឹង Okay.
Hello everyone, good day. I hope everyone is doing well so far. Can you guys hear me very well?
Yes, we can hear John, but let Sarah just have a quick introduction about Softline first, and then we can hand over it to you.
Yes,
Sure.
Thank you, John. Yes.
Thank you.
Let me give a quick intro about Softline, then I will pass the floor back to you. Thank you, John. Okay. Just to check if everyone sees my screen. Okay.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So yeah, like most of our clients already know our company in Softline. We are digital transformation and cybersecurity solution service provider, and we are the company. Right now, we have our name is Softline Holding, a company registered in Cyprus, and our headquarters is in London. We are operating almost 60 countries around the world. And we are delivering the digital transformation solution and, of course, the cybersecurity to our client around the world. And talking about service and solution, yeah. So, of course, we are the #1 partner with Microsoft. We are delivering most of the wide range of solution and product from Microsoft, from we have our customer transform from on-premise infrastructure, moving their business and work flow infrastructure. Of course, starting from productivity to cloud and security. And of course, we also providing our customer with traditional software and hardware. And another thing, we are also providing service to our customer regarding to the business process automation, which is our topic today, and also the solution beside that on top of product of Microsoft. Of course, we have ERP solution, CRM, SAP, and workflow on top of SharePoint. We can customize the process, and for example, like if customer would like to have document management, also e-library, we can have our customer customize this on top of SharePoint. And of course, we have our solution called digital IT optimization. We call it DITO. We have our customer do the assessment. We provide the consultation result after the assessment, and we provide recommendation to our customer. What are the gap, and what could be the next roadmap to our customer to fulfill and comply with the standard. Okay. Next is about our vendor. So beside Microsoft, which is our top partner, we are also collaborating with a lot more of vendor, starting from on-premise, cloud infrastructure, and as well the security. Okay, so beside that, we have Microsoft, we have Oracle, Google, AWS, of course the VMware, and on the backup side we have Veeam, also the Acronis, and on the IT service management, we have Managed Engine. Also on the privilege access management, we have Cyber and Beacon Trust. For the security part, we have Kaspersky, and for the pen test tool, we have Tenable. Also, the rest of the product like Fortinet, like WatchGuard, Palo Alto, Splunk, and yeah, and a lot more. So these are some of the well-known names that we have, and we do cooperate with a lot more vendor. Okay, so yeah, so let's come to our favorite topic today. We are going to talk about Cloud Power Platform, which is really a good tool on top of the Microsoft 365. So for those of our clients who already have Microsoft 365, this is a good chance for you to utilize more, and what you can develop more on top of the Office 365 which you already have. So today, let me introduce Mr. John, who is our customer success executive. He is going to discuss and deliver a presentation and show you what could be the benefit out of Microsoft Power App, and how could you leverage on this tool to help promote your work flow and process in a better process and efficient way. So let's welcome John. I give the floor back to you. Thank you everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good morning once again. And I'm John Ortiz, your customer success executive. I'm currently based from the Philippines, but yep, I'm actually supporting Cambodia. And I'm very happy that we have a lot of attendees today. 52 attendees. Wow. So yeah, for today, well, basically we will discuss how we can leverage the Microsoft Power Apps to transform our business processes. We all know that there are tons of manual processes that we have, in our office, simple approval requests, and even how we send an email, we do it manually. And sometimes we printed the copy and then ask our managers, leaders, or even our CIOs or C levels. We ask them their signature um, manually. And what we want is to transform our old cases, and how we can leverage the existing services that we can create and develop through Microsoft Power Apps. And that is what we're going to talk about today. So before that, let me play a quick video to give you guys an overview what is the Microsoft Power Apps.
These days, many of us are learning new ways to work. Smarter, faster, getting more done in less time. In many instances, thanks to Microsoft Power Apps, the world's most complete low-code application development platform. Now everyone has the power to create innovative applications that automate and improve processes they use every day, quickly, with intuitive Microsoft tools, pre-built templates, and drag-and-drop simplicity. Power Apps makes it easy to seamlessly connect to hundreds of business systems and databases right out of the box, like SAP, Oracle, Workday, and Salesforce. It automatically standardizes all kinds of different types of data across your organization to unlock data silos too, making it easy to build apps that work efficiently across different departments and divisions. So say if Allie in accounting builds an app that updates and autofills customer data in any forms you use, sales can use it. Warehousing, logistics, legal, marketing, even HR. It's easily available for anyone in your entire organization. And if you want to take your apps to the next level, you can add advanced functionality, from AI and analytics to chatbots, interactive maps, external portals, mixed reality, IoT, and more. Power Apps is designed to work with the world's most popular development tools and platforms, so professional developers can jump code first into low-code projects while collaborating and scaling innovation on Visual Studio, GitHub, and even Azure. And you maintain governance and compliance with a single administrative console. So, if you're ready to transform more of your business ideas into business solutions, do it today. The possibilities are literally unlimited with Microsoft Power Apps.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Possibilities unlimited. And that's something that we want to highlight. And we want to empower everyone in your organization to create or build a simple application that can help us transform your manual processes into digitize and embrace this transformation. And imagine how what are the possibilities that we can make through this application, regardless whatever industries we have here in the. And if we are just a normal user or a normal employee, then you are empowered to create your own application through Microsoft Power Apps. And these are the opportunities on how we can improve our company's business processes. So we want to create a better customer's experience through digital transformation. We've seen small enterprise or medium business companies which invest in multiple solutions, like like the applications such as reimbursement process on how they can reimburse the um amount that they have shouldered, and then there will be a process in terms of that. And this application, or in Microsoft Power Apps, we can develop that kind of application without investing you to a fully developed application from a different third party resources. And then we want to achieve the data driven outcomes. So everyone sees these opportunities, not just the management and developers, but what we want to achieve is to engage our employees, everyone in our organization, regardless whatever position you are that you may have in the company. Then you have no limitation to create your own application. And we want to enhance the efficiency by automating processes. So imagine the process of approval. It will take some time. We will print the documents, tons of documents, and then we will ask um, our managers or the department heads to sign the document. Whereas we can just simply click and then ask their approval online or through email. And then that's it. It will automatically approve. And those are the types of automating processes that we want to embrace and achieve. And of course, leverage of whatever technology that we may have to adopt this digital transformation. But of course, several challenges may block in our ways. But how do we realize those opportunity if we have so many challenges get in our way? So that's why we want to shell off the software as a service solution, which it's an application already integrated, already part of your Office 365. If your organization is already using an Office 365 subscription or licenses, then Power App is already included in your subscription. Which sometimes we have a lack of developer expertise, time and resources constraint, siloed data, budget constraint, complex incompatibility across, lack of actionable insights, and then shadow IT governance. And we're still using legacy technology. And the most important here is the security and compliance. So these are the types of challenges that we may have encountered along the road while we are building an application, because not every organization has developers, in-house developers who can develop their own application. And that's something that we want to overcome these challenges with the help of Microsoft Power Platform, which we want to accelerate and automate at scale with intelligence and ease. We can modernize our tasks and processes in a secure low-code platform with rapidly adapt to changing business needs with out-of-the-box solution. And Microsoft Power Platform, which help us deliver this comprehensive set of low code, no code solution tool to meet our organization's need. Whether we build an apps, um, create business workflows or automation, an end-to-end modernization where you can create your chatbots, in-house chatbots for your intranet, or create a a report or dashboard where you can easily visualize the tons of data that we have through this tool. And that's why we are bringing the Microsoft Power Platform. It expands to Office 365, Dynamics 365, Azure, or even your standalone applications that you use nowadays. And this Microsoft Power Platform offers four power solutions. We call it power because it empowers you to deliver a better business analytics through Power BI, where you can create your dashboard reports. Power Apps, which is we want to showcase to develop you an application. And Power Automate to create you an automation workflow. And lastly, Power Virtual Agent, where you can create your intelligent virtual agent or chatbot or virtual agent, regardless if it's you want to integrate on website or your in-house intranet platform. And all of this basically under Microsoft Power Platform, which delivers you comprehensive low-code solution with security and compliance integration. So all of this are pretty much helps us to understand our business challenges, and and by resolving it through this Power Platform, it will help us uh, to ease and reduce our costs in our organization. And that's something that we want to highlight for Microsoft Power Apps. So for Power Apps, we want to unlock the innovation, automation, engagement, and data, which is this is the world's most complete low-code solution that Microsoft offers. So you are really empowered to enhance to create your own solution and address your business challenges, regardless if it's big, small, or uh a quick and easy automation or creation of application to address your challenges. We want to enhance our analytics by creating our visualization reports through our existing data, regardless if you have a data silos from SQL, MySQL, and even Excel or normal Excel, we can transform it into a dashboard report. And then also to quickly and easily build a low-code application using your normal um, data sources like Excel. So sometimes in HR or maybe in finance, we have trackers, multiple trackers to track our balance sheet, um, our recruitment process, and it's very tedious for you to do it manually in an Excel form. Whereas you can simply transform that data into an application to create a better way on how we deliver and create perform our tasks every day. And then automate business and task processes like integration and how we can get your manager's approval in an easy way, in easiest way. If you're using a Microsoft Teams, then with just one click away, there will be a pop-up window coming up where it will be asking your managers for your approval. And that's it. No need for you to manually email, ask to sign this, or print the copy. Technically, you can do that in just one single click to automate this kind of process. And of course, engage with our customers using built-in AI. So nowadays, if we have small websites, if our industry is more on retail, store, or we are offering services, we want to make sure that our customers are being taken care of, regardless if there's no presence of human being. We want to deliver a simple question, simple answers to their questions by building your own AI chatbot that we can fully integrate within your intranet or could be on your website. So regardless of whatever organization you are part of, everyone are now adopting the low-code application development, which is we want to accelerate our digital transformation initiatives and then also increase our responsiveness to the business and also to have an intelligence to solve our every challenges every day, which is this will help us achieve in a way on how we innovate across in industry. So no matter where you are part of whatever industry you're part of, then definitely you are empowered to do and achieve and create your own solution using the low code tools that we offer, especially for Microsoft Power Apps. So in terms of investment benefits of why we have this low code solution. So imagine if you invest for a total complete solution where you obtain from a different third party services, probably 5 to 10 years you will need to replace that. But this Power Apps gives you a return of investment over 3 years term. So imagine in 3 years, you may save up to 362% of your investment as to compare of how much you spend on every solution you may need to obtain or acquire from different providers, where you can just build your own solution through low code application. And that's something that we want to achieve in our organization. And that's the benefit of low code app development. We focus on innovating. If there is a need, then we take care of it. We want to make sure that every steps or processes that we may have can be integrate and can be done through the low code application. So you have a limitless innovation, and we want to enhance our insights, of course, and avail an unrivaled collaboration. So imagine if we are working together in one group in our organization, then definitely everyone are empowered to build your own solution through low code application. So speaking of empowerment, every developer actually requires to build an app like Pro. But when we adopt this low code platform solution, we have what we call the citizen developers, where every one of you can create your own solution. You don't need to learn the programming language. This is the concept of what you see is what you get, which is later on in our demo, we will showcase that. And then IT developers, of course, if you have, you know, basic or intermediate knowledge in terms of developing an app, this is a tool for you. You can definitely leverage the Power Platform. And of course, for our professional developer, so sometimes we create applications through C++ or Visual Studio, Python, Java, whatever coding programming language that we use, it doesn't matter. You are empowered to create your own app through Power Platform. And of course, speaking of how we can build an application, we have more than 350 data sources that you can start and build your own app through this low-code solution. Regardless if you have a data silo from your on-premise, we can make that work. We can create an application through Microsoft Power Apps. We can build any connectivity types, API, and so on, data gateway, you name it. Definitely, it would perfectly fit for us to create and develop a Microsoft Power Apps solution. So this is just one of the examples that you guys are seeing here on my screen that we normally use to develop an application. And the most popular here, if you have the SQL, then we can transform your database into an application. And of course, without compromising our governance, security, and privacy. In line with this, we want to make sure that when we created an app, automate a solution, we want to make sure that it's still secured and safe. There will be no breach at all, and that's something that we can still control it. So it's still in line with GDPR, any regulatories we have locally or international. This Microsoft Power Platform solutions, particular Microsoft Power Apps, is compliant in every regulation and compliance across the world. And you can fully integrate any security layer like DLP, multi-factor authentication, and if you want to collaborate with your with external users, then definitely we can still enhance the security management through here. Okay. And that's something that we want to build in terms of a solution. It is an end-to-end complete solution, no matter what solution that you want to create. If it's an application, automation, a chatbot, or a report, then we want to make sure that user can still access it in a secured way. And IT administrator, for you guys, if there is an IT administrator here in our audience, then definitely you have full control to how you can secure the applications or solutions that you want to develop within your organization. So it is pretty straightforward end-to-end solution from user up until to the security. And that's what we want to achieve. Okay, let's go ahead and perform a demo. Okay, so this demo, I will showcase some of our Microsoft Power Platform or Microsoft Power apps that we develop to our customers on how we help them transform their business, especially in their process, in normal processes, procurement, how they file a leave, or even during the pandemic, the health declaration, we actually help them transform their manual processes to create a useful Microsoft Power Apps to help them achieve this digital transformation. Now let's go ahead and have a demo. Can you guys still see my screen? Yes, so far? Yes. Okay, perfect. And then if you have any questions, feel free to comment in the chat box and we will answer it for you later on. Thank you. All right. So notice here that I have an application within Microsoft Teams. That is one way for us to integrate our applications inside Teams. So Teams is now, or most of the organization use this as their number one platform for communication because this where we chat, converse through our colleagues, attend to our meetings, make a call, present, and so on. But of course, we want to integrate our business applications like this. If you imagine you have this platform, one platform where you can access all of the applications that matters you every day, and you no longer need to access it outside of Microsoft Teams. It's fully integrated. And that is one thing that we can achieve to ease the pain of our users. We have several um, links, websites that we need to go through, open different applications to perform our every task every day. And here in Microsoft Teams, we can make that work. We can integrate your applications into your Microsoft Teams. And this is what we've done in our customers. This is an example of Microsoft Power Apps. So this is just a demo version of application. This is fully created in Microsoft Power Apps from scratch, meaning there was no template at all were used in this application. It's fully developed. What we want to appear in our homepage, it really depends on how we customize it. So if you want to add your branding, your logo, your company, the name of the person who are accessing this app, we can make that work. So this is the bidding management app or the procurement management app. We created this for one of our customers for their procurement process. We all know that in our company, there is a process on how we purchase, how we acquired service, how we order hardware, software, any solution. It will need to undergo through our procurement team, and there will be the one who will responsible to connect to our vendor and acquire our solution that we want to obtain in our company. And it's very tedious for them to do it manually. They will be sending email, communicating it offline, meetings, and so on. And as much as possible, we want the easiest way. What if we are still, or we need to continue the remote work? We don't know. But this one, it's very flexible. No, regardless where you're working, as long as you have the Microsoft Power App, you have your credential, you can access it anytime, anywhere. It's just like your normal Facebook, Twitter, or any social media. You can access this anywhere. So this is the bidding management app. We can fully integrate the language, different language and so on within this app. So it's up to you. Now let's go ahead and click on start. Okay, so this is the dashboard. So in our dashboard, basically, you will be seeing your requests, of course. Let's say you are the um, department head or a manager of your organization, and you want to replace your laptop or your team's member's laptop. And there are process on how we request this, right? There, it needs to go through approval. And also, we want to make sure that there are couple of users or approvers who will need to approve our requests based on the description that we have provided and how much budget that we have allotted in this request. So every department has their own budgets, and this is the way on how we simply request. You know, all you need is you have new requests here, you have your dashboard, you have your pending or drafts requests that you have created recently. What are the requests are still in progress? What are the requests that already completed? And sometimes our leaders may not approve based on the budget or business, due to our business needs and so on. There are other implications, and you will see that in your dashboard. And then, of course, we have the process. We want to streamline our process from the time that we act, from the time that we request until the time that we finalize and approve. So this is the history or the summary where it will need to go through. When you submitted your request, who will be the next approver? And then after that, we have another approver. It really depends in your organization, but in this customer that we help them develop this application, they have four approvers when someone requested to procure or to make a purchase in their organization until to their CEO level. And then once they approve, then of course our procurement team will prepare a letter, to coordinate this to our vendors, approve vendors, and so on. And we have that as well. We have the bidding letter preparation. So imagine if I'm the requester and I want to track where we at now. You can simply check that in just one application, in one platform, and it would tell you if this is already approved or not yet. And if not yet, then definitely we can make a follow up and so on. So we want to streamline our process and so on. And this one, we've already done with the preparation of letter for bidding. Now we are now in the process of proposal and evaluation coming from our vendor. And you will notice here that we have um two user who already approved, and we're just waiting for the rest. And in this way, in this matter, we can simply assess, oh, it's been few days already, and we haven't gotten any approval from our bidding committee. So that is something that we want to make a follow-up to streamline the process. And once we're done, then definitely we have the contract preparation for the winning bidder, for the vendor that we will procure the solution. And then what are the um add-ons, or if there is a revision needed for their contracts, then definitely it would still under in this process until we finalize it, until we successfully procure and finalize the request, and for us to obtain the solution from the vendor. And this is just within your dashboard. And here we do have the approval, where you can see the requests coming from different departments. Let's say if they request something, this is where you need to access. So let's take a look. There. So when you request your, if you want to request a solution, then here we have the field, we have the creator who submitted this request, the project ID, where we can deliver the solution, who will be the recipient, and then the product list. So you can indicate the units, the budget ID, the description of the solution that you want to request, and then the number of quantities and how much would it cost per unit. And then we have the bid letter preparation, where we will be asking our vendors to help us, submit their proposal based on our billing of materials. And then here under proposal, of course, when they submitted the proposal, then we will review if based on the add-ons or the services that they offer, how much it costs, and so on. Technically, it will go through in this section, where we can indicate if this vendor pass or did not pass to our need. And then once we have the winning bidder, then we will now go through the negotiation part. Under this negotiation part, of course, our vendor or the vendor will submit their proposal, and then as we will need to assess, our procurement team will need to assess based on the proposal that they have submitted, and what are the requirements needed or revision needed from us. And then after that, we can make a contract. So this make contract, imagine here, it's fully integrated, the PDF. Probably your CEO or CIO or CFO can instantly sign this document digitally without you printing it. So we can fully integrate the digital signature solution like Adobe Sign, DocuSign, PandaDocs, that you normally use it every day. So pretty sure some of you use it already, the digital signature. And in Power Apps, we can integrate that as well. And then after that, we can upload our contract or our final contract for revision. So if this contract will help us understand what are the agreement versus between the vendor and us, then we can make that work through here. And then so on. So our procurement team will have access to purchase, where they are the ones to validate the requests. Like this, if I can confirm and send, I can simply send through here. So you're not gonna open your email if it's necessary that we need to send an email in this process. We can integrate that solution. So if you will notice here, we can create the email letter, through here, and then we attach the file based on the materials that we need. And then these are the vendors we have, and then also their phone number, their email, and then I can simply confirm and send it to them and request for the proposal. So imagine we are in just one platform. We are in one platform where we do this everything. So you no longer need to do it manually in your uh, case. So we want to enhance, elevate your experience, leverage whatever solution that we have, especially for Microsoft Power Apps, and so on. So you can configure who are the approvers, who will be our suppliers or our vendors. You can do that through here. So you have one platform. So if you are interested in this solution, then definitely Softline can help you create and help you in your digital transformation journey. And to give you guys an overview how we create this. Yes, this is a Microsoft Power Apps. Let me show you. But we fully integrate this Microsoft Power App within Microsoft Teams. But technically, you can access this application outside Microsoft Teams. And this is how it looks like. So still, you have the Microsoft Power Apps. So this is the application that we have developed. And then there's one too, like leave requests. This is perfect for small business. Sometimes our SMB, if you we don't have a proper way to request leaves in our company. Sometimes we just submit a regular form or probably through email asking your manager, I will be on leave in this day. And then your manager will just need to put somewhere, track it somewhere probably in Excel or in a regular database that he or she may have. But this one, we can address that. We have the leave requests. You can log in as employee. You can create a request. You can file a leave. And then you can submit attachment. For example, medical certificate if you are on sick leave. And sometimes our manager will require you to submit a medical certificate just to prove that you are sick in this day. You can enter your description why you are filing this leave, and then so on. From what date you are planning to go on leave. Exactly. And then you submit. Let's say I will be vacation leave, family gatherings, annual, of course, a day off, a full day off, and then also the date, let's say on Thursday on June, and then okay, annual leave, a day off. Yep. Okay, and then also you can see the if you want to work on Saturday, and sometimes the company will require us to go on leave, then definitely you can make this work. And then here, submit this one, click OK, and then you can attach file. And then once you're done with submitting it, of course, it will be like this. It will be under impending status, and then your manager will have their access. They should be able to access this Microsoft Power Apps. They can log in as manager, and then we can approve a request from here. So something like that we can create and develop through Power Apps. So we may simply reject, approve based on, like this. We have upcoming leave, and then we want to reject or approve in this Microsoft Power Apps. And then user will receive an automated email saying if the request already rejected or approved by your manager. And all of this basically is what you see is what you get concept. No? So when you so this is when you added a text, you added a text. You don't need to program the text, or you add the button. You simply insert a button and then you rename based on whatever buttons you want to fully develop in Microsoft Power Apps. So it's up to you how you want to lay out. It's just a matter of clicks in Microsoft Power Apps, and we use the expression like Excel on how we tweak or analyze advanced coding solutions. So as an example, here this is the Microsoft Power App Studio where you can build your own Canvas app. Here you can add logo, button, insert new screen, insert buttons, label, text, without you needing to code this application. So technically you have the knowledge, the power to create your own application. But sometimes, sometimes there are things that we cannot fully develop on our own. And it will require a systematic process on how we create an application. And that's why we are here, Softline, to help you and guide you whatever solution you may probably have and create through Microsoft Power Apps. And one thing that we want to deliver this message to everyone here in our audience right now is this Microsoft Power Apps is an investment, worth of investment. It is already part of subscription. You can leverage, you can create your own basic application through your existing subscription. So if you have E1, E3, Microsoft Business Basic, Business Standard, it is already part of those subscription, this Microsoft Power Apps. For you to develop a basic and effective, cost-efficient application to address your business needs. And this is the very important here. We can also create we can also create different flows based on your requirements. So that's why we are here to guide you and help you. And that's what we want to achieve. Of course, cost efficient for our organization, where you have flexible way to address your business challenges. And that's ends my presentation. So thank you everyone. Um yep, so probably I will be answering some of your question, and thank you Nam for answering it in parallel while I'm discussing.
Yes,
Over
thank
to
you.
you, Sarah.
Yes, thank you.
And
Thank you, John. Yeah, thank you so much. So, yes, let's go up for the question from customer. I see Sokheng and Nam also have to answer some question. So let me read the question for you. Wait. Yes. The question from Mr. Wanta, I see Sokheng answer already about the ROI 320. And Mr. Sokwanta, I would like to explore more in chatbot. Do you have any real case? Yes, this one we will contact to you separately. Softline also can provide your chatbot. Yeah. And question from Mr. Vanda to you. As you mentioned, the Power App is a useful platform with low-code apps development. Is it citizen developer can just drag and drop, and then they can build the app? If so, is it has the limitation or require IT developer? Question to John. Yeah, please have to answer.
yes. So yes, it is a concept of drag and drop, and basically what you see is what you get. That's what we follow in building an application. And in terms of if it's required to involve your IT, it really depends on you. It if the solution that we want to develop is comprehensive, and we need to further understand the requirements, then we can get to involve them. But your user are fully empowered, to create their own application if they have, let's say, tracker. If they have tracker that they have like in Excel, then they can definitely transform that tracker into an application, so that user will have an easiest way to track their activities, or probably their recruitment process in HR, or our deliveries in finance or accounting, and so on. So that's how we create an application. We follow what you see is what you get.
Let me give you a little bit more explanation here, right? So we have different type of applications. It could be done by your own user, from finance, sales, HR. It could be also from IT, and some application you will need professional developer as well. Even though Power App is drag and drop kind of thing, but in order to make an app, it's not just drag and drop. You will need to have certain knowledge about how the data store. It's not like database kind of thing, but at least you have some understanding of how table to work to relate with different table, and you also have some skill in terms of business analyst to understand the requirements. So let's say if you have a simple requirement, let's say you have a list of customer and you want to make an app so that the list is on Excel, and you want to make an app so that your seller can update the customer information into that list. Instead of open Excel, they can update from their phone using Power App. Definitely your sales person or your marketing person can do it. Okay, that is a simple app. Then come to application like leave request. Simple flow, one level approval, two level approval, have some basic condition like if this or if that. Definitely you will need the IT people to have some basic knowledge of Power App to create it. But if you look at application or solution like the bidding management, like purchase request, payment request, they have a lot of condition there. They have a lot of different criteria. Definitely you will need a team. You have BA to confirm on the logic, so that once you have the app, your user will not like refuse not to use the app, right? Or you have expert in terms of UI UX as well. Power App is easy to make, just like PowerPoint. Anyone can make a PowerPoint. But in order to make an interesting and nice looking PowerPoint, definitely you will need a professional people to do it. Okay, so different scenario, different requirement, it can be done by different people. If you have any requirement to make the app that could be run by, let's say, the rest of the company, we love to hear from you, right? Talk to us, because that application definitely, if you make the app and it's not good looking, your user will be the first one not don't want to use it. So what we have is we have the designer, we have the developers, we have the business analysts. We can understand and we can make the app for you. It will be much different from the traditional app development, because this is on Power App, and the development time will be faster, much faster than the traditional one. So it could also mean that the development cost will be very low compared to the traditional app development. So if you have any requirement or any need, talk to our seller. We would love to hear from you and help you to make your application.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Nam, thank you, Sean. So yes, let's go to next question from Mr. Dimong. Is it possible to use Azure DevOps or GitHub with Power Apps?
Hello. I think I was able to answer that question through chat. But to answer the question, yes, it is possible to work. So, but there are prerequisite needed to use the Azure DevOps as our data source to create an application through Power Apps.
Yeah, and also, you know, on Power App you also have the versioning management there. So basically you can have, and by the way, don't treat Power App just like you know, typical software development, because you know a life cycle for Power App project will be quick in terms of software development. So if you involve the whole, you know, DevOps process, or you know, code management or whatever, right? It doesn't make sense, because you know this is supposed to be agile and very quick project. So even though you can integrate DevOps with Power App in different ways, and even manage the Power App, you know, project with Azure DevOps and all that, but you know we rarely do that kind of thing unless you have hundreds of application and you want to standardize all the, you know, all the management of that. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Nam. And next question, I see Sok-Heng answer already that what kind of license. So yes, we can purchase based on user and based on app plan for these Power Apps. And next question from Mr. Samkun. I think Nam also mentioned earlier for this Power App solution, like it's easy to it's easy to develop, but yes, it's based on a requirement from you, so we can discuss in the detail. So next question from Arthiranan, right? What are things that we can build and integrate the interface between management in Microsoft Teams based what you are showing?
What are the things that we can build and integrate interface between them? Okay, so there are a lot of applications that we can fully integrate in Microsoft Teams, not just Power Apps. So it really depends. So you can, if you have in-house application, then we can fully integrate that into Microsoft Teams. If you want to perform automation, technically it is some definitely we can fully integrate that in Microsoft Teams. But for bidding management app, this is a Microsoft Power App that we fully integrate in Microsoft Teams application, so that user would have an easiest way to access their resources in one platform. They no longer need to access this application outside Microsoft Teams. So that's how it works.
Okay. And for the next question from Totla, he wants to know where is the data store and managed for this Power Apps.
Okay, for the bidding management app, we purely use SharePoint Online, the SharePoint Online list. We use the SharePoint Online list as our data source for this application. Yep. So that's SharePoint, and with a combination of Power Automate, you know, for workflow automation. And for the application itself, purely developed in Microsoft Power Apps.
Yes, thank you, John. And the next one, Is Microsoft Power App is included with the M365 standard subscription or need to pay separate subscription?
Initially, it is already part. That's basically what we want to deliver. In this, we want to fully maximize whatever services included in our subscription. Regardless if you have a business basic, business standard, business premium, E1, E3, or M365 E3 or M365 E5, then definitely Power Apps is already part of your subscription, where you can do the basic Power Platform, or sorry, basic Power Apps for you to create through the existing services like SharePoint, Excel, and so on.
Okay, next one, is it possible to create apps in Power App to get user to use cross tenants?
Let me clarify the cross tenant. Is there a different external tenant that we want to collaborate and then they want to access the app? So if the cross tenant, basically, for example, Microsoft and Softline, and we have application for Contoso that Microsoft would like to access that app. Yes, that's possible. But still, we have to make sure that we have the governance still on how we share the app through the different organization, and they should have proper license to access the application.
Yeah. Next one, can we build medical? Sorry. It's This pop-up's the new one. Can we build medical laboratory parameter in Power Apps?
It really depends on the requirements. So, but as you can help we can help you and assess your requirements. Then we will see what the best solution. So, but yeah, it still depends on the process on how we want to create an application based on the requirements. But it can be, the answer can be done.
Okay. So I think we have a lot of questions, and please feel free to provide us in the feedback form as well, so that we can have a one-on-one session with all of you. Yes. So let me read another question. Can we connect with SAP or Dynamics 365? And what are the three type of Power Apps?
So yes, we can definitely connect or create a Microsoft Power Apps fully integrated with Dynamics 365 or even Azure, or even different standalone application that we use. So we have three types of Power Apps that we can create. So let me just show you guys. Okay, so when you create an application, you have three types. We have first, we have the Canvas apps. So the Canvas apps, basically the application that you are seeing. This is the types of, this is a type of Canvas application in Microsoft Power Apps. And then if we want to create an application with a combination of dashboards, charts, forms, and so on, we use the model-driven apps, where it all includes different types of components like dashboards, forms, views, charts, with or no code solution. It can be simply or simple or complex. But if you also want to create a website through Power Apps, we have we call it portal. So this is a website. It could be for internal or external audience, where you can build your own website. So these are the three types of Microsoft Power Apps uh, that we can develop in this solution with Canvas, model driven, and portal.
Okay, thank you, Sean. So then do we still have more times? Can we answer more, or we should ask customer to provide feedback forms? We still have time, right?
Yeah, let me cover a few important and actually question. Okay. Number one is in terms of licensing. What kind of licensing that you need for Power App? Basically, you have two types of license for Power App. The one that included in Office 365 or Dynamic 365 license, and the second type is the license, the separate and standalone license that you need to buy additionally beside your Office 365, right? And how to choose is it depend on your requirement. If you want to make a simple application that use the data to store the data on SharePoint and make SharePoint become your sort of database, the license that included in Office 365 is good enough. Okay. If you want to connect with your ERP, using custom API, or store your data on premise, that kind of requirement will need the premium license, which is can be sold by per user as well. Okay, so there are two types of license, and normally in most of the project that we work right now, we leverage the SharePoint because SharePoint, they have features like SharePoint list, and you can use the list just like a normal database table, and is Microsoft support up to 30 million records per table. So it's good enough for simple like internal process. Power App is mainly for internal process. It's not like an ERP or something like that. So 30 million is good enough. Okay. Then what is another question? So there was another question about do we need what is the data storage, right? So the data storage for Power App, it could be SharePoint, it could be OneDrive, it could be other location as well. Even you have specific requirement to use SQL Server or something like that, it can also be done. But bear in mind that if you use SharePoint or OneDrive or Excel, the license is free, not free. The license, you can use the license, included license in Office 365, right? If you want to SQL Server or Azure or whatever, then you need to consider the fact that you need to buy additional license for your user. So that is a few things. Okay, I think that pretty much all the question. I'm not sure if you have any further question. If you have, please, you can put it in the feedback form, and we will happy to answer you separately on email as well. Or our seller, you can if you have any question, any request for additional meeting, let's say you want a meeting, a same topic with your management or your business user, we're happy to do it as well. Please let us know if we can support you in whatever way you want. Okay.
Yes, thank
Over
you,
to you.
Yep, thank you. So yes, please have to provide the detail in the feedback forms like Nam mentioned, so then we can contact to you separately. And we can you can also scan the QR code in the screen. You can access like by mobile phones, yeah, as well. Okay, I think we don't have any more question. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes more, then we can close the session.
Hello, Australia. Kim Lan from CBC.
Okay.
Okay, can I have one question? As now I try to test with the Power App as well. When I move from different environment, from testing environment to production environment, so normally I cannot move because they said need to restructure database again. So I and redesign again. What kind of solution for from Softline, how to move from environment one into other environment?
Okay, Nam and John, please have to answer to Mr. 𝐾𝐸.
Actually, you were correct already, because you know, when you on the development environment, or the data, or the testing data is there. So what you need to do is you need to duplicate the environment, let's say the table or whatever, to the environment. Then you need to migrate the Power App, just like exporting, basically export and import to the production environment only. Should not be very troublesome.
I try to export and import, but there's still again and again about the connected data. So when try to connect the data and everything like the new one, we need to redesign again.
Not really redesign, actually just reconfigure the connection only.
Connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Let more detail on that.
Yes,
if you have time, you can have some demo to our Coca-Cola Cambodia.
Yes, Bong 𝐾𝐸, thank you for raising the question. Yes, please have to provide the feedback in the feedback form, then we can contact to you. We will discuss for more detail. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Already submitted.
Okay, Bong, thank you. Okay. So I think, yes, we can discuss one-on-one with the customer who provide in the feedback form. So just let me close the session. So thank you so much, John and Nam, for your presentation and helps to clarify with the question. And thank you so much for customer who spending your value times to join our webinar from the beginning till the end of session. So we see a lot of question and concern from the customer for this Power App. So yes, we are happy to support you one-on-one session if you have any more concern.
Really, I have one question. Your company also provide the training, right? Like how to develop Power App, right?
No, actually.
Or only development, right?
Yes, because let put this way, there's a question like that, right? In the chat. For Softline, we're not sort of like training center, so basically we don't provide professional training service. And moreover, when you look at Power App, it's similar to Excel. So what you can learn is you learn the basic only. You know how to use the basic. The rest the rest of the knowledge have to be acquired by doing. So it's almost impossible for us to train, or to teach you how to create or how to do all the tips and tricks on Power. It's just like Excel, right? We can over all the scenario. We can give you the basic, some basic formula, some basic function only. The rest you have to figure it out.
Yeah, understand. Okay, let more detail for my company next session.
Okay, Bong. Yeah, thank you. Yes, so thank you everyone. Thank you so much for joining this session. So yes, feel free to contact us if you need more clarification. So we would like to close the session and hope to see all of you again for our next webinar. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a good day.